People of God, listen, I want you guys to share about your thoughts whenever you see the spirit of manipulation. What type of reaction does it cause in you, right? The spirit of manipulation, the Bible tells us manipulation is that of witchcraft. I am the type of individual, I can listen to anybody. I can listen to a child. I can learn from someone as long as you're respectful. I can, take accountability when I'm wrong. When I'm in a trusting environment, I can share things about what I've gone through. I can share my real life experiences. And I can even learn. People can even point out errors and flaws in me. And if it's true, I'll accept it. I'll take accountability. I can learn from anybody. Basically, I operate it from a place of humility. I try to. But whenever I can have a great deal of respect for you, a great deal of respect. And when I have respect for you, I can humble myself and submit myself to you. But I give people that I have respect for, admiration for, I give you 100%. Whenever I detect manipulation, when you got to do fake stuff, when you got to create a fake account, when you got to say something, when you got to try to set yourself up anonymously to get a message to me so that you can see how I react. Sometimes I can feel those things. Sometimes I don't always pick up on it. But there are sometimes I can feel those things, and it's very disappointing. It's very disappointing. And it makes the level of respect that I have for you decrease. And it also makes me repel a bit, because now I don't know if you're genuine in what you're doing. I don't know if you're coming from a genuine place, right? And I don't know how to take that, because we live in a world today where there are a lot of evil people. There are a lot of criminally minded people. There are a lot of wicked hearted people. There are a lot of people that will try to sabotage someone that they are intimidated by, that they don't like. And I am developing and trying to develop over the course of the last few years, since it was, programmed into me by one of my big sisters that I admire. Don't expect people to be who you are, right? And so I'm taking that very seriously now at this point in my life, because over the course of my life, I have expected people to treat me how I treat them. And now that I'm growing and I'm seeing things on another level, learning people who are of a higher caliber than me, more intellectual than me, when I have a great deal of respect for you, and I see certain things begin to happen, and I can pick up and discern it in the spirit. There are sometimes I'm very sensitive in the spirit. People used to say, oh, you're so sensitive, and used to make me feel bad. And I used to try to change and to people please, because I was a people pleaser, and even sometimes now I find myself, I still do things people pleasing, but I have to catch myself. I'm a very kind-hearted and humble person. And sometimes people know that, and they make me a target, and they try to push my buttons intentionally. But when you come manipulatively and I hold you to a high regard, and I can pick up on what you're doing, I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to be repelled from you. And it's very disappointing, and that also causes a certain level of trauma over the course of our lives. When you constantly have respect and admiration for someone, you hold them at a high regard, and they handle you in that way. And I don't know, some people say, oh, well, I have to do things this way because this is how I do this, do this. I'm not going to say certain words because I don't want to, give away exactly the thing I'm speaking of, but you know, and you know that I know. But I just don't, it's just disappointing. It's disappointing. And so, people of God, I want you to share, how does it make you feel when someone you hold in high regard, on a professional level, you have a lot of respect, a great deal of respect for someone, admiration for someone, but then you begin to, for those of you who are highly discerning, you begin to pick up on something that is a bit manipulative, and How does it make you feel when you pick up on certain things, that someone is doing in a manipulative way, and it's like you don't really know what their true motive is, but you can tell they're doing something in a manipulative way so that they can set themselves up to say something to you, or so that they can feel you out in a way rather than just coming at you directly, right? I know that's kind of vague, but if you can kind of maybe answer the question, for those of you who can understand where I'm coming from, how does it make you feel when somebody you've had a great deal of respect for, you hold to a high regard, and you pick up on something manipulative that's being done, and it may not be nothing big, but it's just something simple, you know? How do you process that, right? How do you process that? All right. Y'all have a blessed night.